There isn't much in this world I hate. Big bank bitches though, let me tell you, mate. Visa and MasterCard want to censor our hentai, but they're sitting on a beach drinking Mai Tais, subscribing to OnlyFans while they lie. Land of the free, but I can't even buy what I want without some big in a suit telling me nonchalant. Now dear, don't you know that art ain't right? I can't believe I have to have this irrational fight. Why, oh why does my fiction have to be polite? Hey, big boy in your big slick tower, why does my comic make you cower? Don't you know it's not 1984? We shouldn't have to hide our art anymore. No, you can't make me change my lore. Won't give in to your sensitivity, reader. Don't remember electing a global leader. They're trying to track what I buy, but they don't answer when I ask why. I tell you there is something that solves their slickness. Oh, we can fight this little censorship sickness and keep them out of our business. Hey, big boy in your big slick tower, why does my comic make you cower? Don't you know it's not 1984? We shouldn't have to hide our art anymore. No, you can't make me change my lore. Won't give in to your sensitivity, reader. Don't remember electing a global leader. Please ignore the bros and silly scams. Don't you know all new tech has a few shams? Crypto keeps Big Brother away from our fiction. Can't entertain their censorship addiction. Oh no, won't give in to their senseless restriction. Why does my comic make you cower? Don't you know it's not 1984? We shouldn't have to hide our art anymore. No, you can't make me change my lore. Won't give in to your sensitivity, reader. Don't remember electing a global leader.
Holy crap! Oh god. I have had technical problems after technical problems, but I think I solved it. I think. We're on a very, very big... Oh wow. It's like I didn't even brush my hair at all, which, you know, somebody say, did you really? Did you really even do it? If nobody saw me brush my hair, did I really even do it? Hello everybody, it is Thursday. It is Thirstday. And we are indeed thirsty for some Thursday action. Oh my god, there's a lot to talk about. Actually, there's really not that much, but some good stuff, some good things here and there worth discussing. Thank you so much, Pelicans, for gifting 5 memberships. Do appreciate it. Everybody say thank you for the wonderful access to all of the glorious emotes and things like that. Hello, everybody. Hello, chat. Hello, everybody on Kick. We're live on YouTube and Kick. You can find me at Madam Savvy or Savvy on Kick, Savvie. Ooh, very good. Savvy, you look like you just shredded a mountain with a snowboard. Hey man, thanks. Actually, snowboard aesthetic is one of my personal favorites. I like tank tops and baggy pants. That used to be my fashion sense. No cap, I believe, is what the youngins say these days. Let's see. I'm trying to organize everything. I'm trying to move all my desktop shit around because I had to do so. What the fuck is this? I think I just have to minimize that. Oh god. Oh dear. Why did I put it over there? That was stupid. You can come over here. Oh, fuck. Okay, we're not doing that. Oh, God, I'm giant. Oh, fuck. I don't want to see me that big. Go back to small. There we go. Oh, shit. Cringe. Yes, cringe indeed. There we go. Now I can see everybody good and plenty. Let's see. Yeah, we'll leave Kick Chat over right there. We'll put you guys here, and then we'll make this one my reading side. Actually, where does this go? How big is this? Oh, this is pretty big and awkward for its sizing. All right, let's pop you guys out. I like it. I like the first few moments of stream where it's just me mumbling to myself, getting you guys organized. Very much so. I'll move this over here. That's fine. There we go. Now we're happy. Now we're settled in and everything's good to go. All the phrasing. Yes. Main. Please don't pull up anything inappropriate. Hell yeah! Hell yeah, brothers! Let's go. I thought we'd start off today leaking the DMs. Decided to leak some DMs. I know it's usually frowned upon and people don't really like that. But I just wanted to show you guys how much of a stand-up man I am. Look at me. I, a married man, am ignoring the women temptations. Look at me. And in fact, this person's never come across such a good man that she's never been ignored by a guy before. That's a first. It looks like she needs to be humbled. She could honestly lose a few, but that's just what it is. Goodness gracious, look at me. I'm amazing. We've got our tea today. We're drinking some laughter, some pinky laughter from my favorite tea place, the Dragon's Treasure. Make sure you go check it out and use code SAVVY for 10% off your order. And if you're looking to upgrade your PC, go check out metapcs.com. You can also use code SAVVY there to not only upgrade, get yourself a sexy rig, but if you're looking for a laptop, they do those too. And I think that that's really cool. I think that that's very cool indeed. So yeah, we've got 2 sponsors. I now get to do sponsor shilling, which is awesome. It's my fucking favorite because these are sponsors that I genuinely believe in. Fuck, I love tea. Today I've put an orange slice in my tea. Sometimes I do that, lemon, lime, orange, depends whatever goes well. It's just kind of like an extra little bit of pizzazz for me. Some people use, you know, fucking ice cubes or honey or whatever, or milk. Me, nah, I just go the fruit route. I do that. Savvy, it seems that it is shit yourself for the streaming service app streaming sites. Goddamn. Well, hello. I don't know how everything broke, but I mean, if it broke for more than just me, then I feel better about myself, if I'm being perfectly honest. Let's see here. Oh, I can wiggle it in and it won't be too bad. All right, so let's hope that nothing weird happens. But let's fucking go. Also, actually, speaking on streams, we do have a little bit of news. Kick. So I know it's super easy to qualify for all of their tiered stuff, but we did in fact qualify for revenue on Kick. Yay! I have to send an email because I guess there's something wrong with connecting to Stripe. This is something that I've seen before. It's, you know, it's not probably a Kick isolated thing. It's probably just it's a Stripe thing, honestly. It doesn't work on any of the browsers, so I'll have to either email them or contact somebody, but we will be able to have subscriptions on Kick. Now, I'm not trying to say, you know, I don't want to, like, you know, push anybody anywhere, of course, but if you are the type of person who does like to subscribe, this is just kind of putting this out there. You do keep more of the revenue on Kick than anywhere else. So just keep that in mind. One of the big reasons why I don't bother streaming on Twitch is because I don't want to make them money. I'm very conscious of where things go. So if people subscribe on Twitch, for example, Twitch receives 50% of that revenue. I think that that's scummy on top of a million other things that they do. YouTube is much more in line with something that is favorable to creators, but Kick is the ultimate in terms of if you want your money to go to, your favorite creator, you go subscribe to them there if they're doing the multicast thing. If they're not, then ignore me, blah, blah, blah. But so if you are somebody who likes that, and once we get that going, you're free to do that. Otherwise, don't bother. Don't bother subscribing to me. It's fine. I'm like reverse. I'm the reverse streamer, all right? Everyone's like, yeah, like and subscribe. And I'm like, don't. You found me. You came here. You'll keep finding me and you'll keep coming back. It's fine. You don't have to give me your money. You don't have to. But that's just the thing. Hello, everybody over on Kick. Hypes in the chat. Hello, Meat Bun. I enjoy your name. See, that's the type of username that I look to mod. I'm not going to mod you, but that's the type of username that I do look to mod. The way that I consider mods is 1, do I know you? And 2, does your name make me laugh? Or 3, do you make me laugh? So that's how you qualify for mod. Don't everybody tell me your worst dad jokes, though. Reverse subbing. Yeah, exactly. I'm crazy. Sad how Twitch is no longer the streaming platform anymore, but it happens. You know what? I'm glad it's not. They're too full of themselves. They need to be knocked down a peg. And I mean that with love. I do. I guess I'm out for mod then. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Oh, man. Yeah, and we're almost at 200 followers on Kick, too. That is crazy, actually. Thank you for that. Wow, actually, that's like, I genuinely thought maybe we'd get like 1 or 2 viewers and like 50 follows max. But I'm actually pleasantly surprised with how it's going, so that's pretty cool. This is only like my second or third time attempting to stream to Kick, so it's all good. It's all good. Hail, Madam Savvy. Please don't mind me. You are minded now. Yes. But yeah. So, I hope everyone's had a great week. I did have intentions of streaming yesterday, but I didn't because I was overcome with joy at the announcement of Rimworld getting another expansion. For those who don't know, I am obsessed with Rimworld. I love to try to put 1,000 mods into the game. The modding community is full of brilliant, wonderful, creative individuals with so much freaking talent. Seriously, they're so cool and inspiring. I do want to get to making some Rimworld mods. I've talked about it before. It's very easy. I've actually got files ready to go. I just need to do the little typing head diffs things and uploading them. But I am going to create some like cosmetic stuff for Rimworld, which is very cool. I want to have like a full Savvy mod pack available this summer as well. And I think that that'll be a lot of fun. Maybe we'll even stream making them and you guys can influence them. Please don't ask me to mod people. I understand. I mean, some of those people, when they come in, like I automatically mod them, but please don't ask me to mod people, especially if like they don't watch me. I mean, they might, maybe they're lurkers. I don't know. But if they're not here, in my stream regularly, like I'm not going to mod people who don't, come here regularly. There's people that I can obviously mod that are my regulars. There's a lot of crossover viewers, but like I don't want to just mod people just because they're modded elsewhere. Does that make sense? I think that that's, silly. I judge people based off of my interactions with them, not based off of the words of others. Not that I think that there's anything to judge, of course, but you know what I mean. So one of those. Darth Cactus, thank you so much for the 5. Rimworld mentioned, rip it, best ghoul we will never forget. We'll bring her back! We'll bring her back. The EP looks to be making Save Our Ship, the mod series, into the game, and I'm excited for the quality of life upgrades and stuff like that, so very, very cool. Why are there pictures of you with talons and small rodents in the GG Discord? I don't know. I only go there when I get tagged. Otherwise, I just let people meme. I actually try to just ignore that there are pictures of me that people make. Like, I think, like, so here's, this is such a strange thing for me. What is going on? Psychotic Mongoose, thank you so much for gifting a membership. Say thank you. What was I saying? Oh my god, I just started. Oh, the pictures. So I think memes are cool, and I love it when it's like other people. I have no problem with people making memes of me. It's just, it's wild. Like, it's such a surreal feeling somebody includes me on a meme. Like, to take time out of their day, even if it's just to do an AI prompt, to use me, like that's so foreign to me. I'm like, I'm not really interesting. Why are you memeing me? I'm nobody. So it's just, I don't know. It's always been a funny thing. I don't have an issue with it, so long as nobody's like, wanting to dismember my body and then posts my address to come do terrible things to me. Like, so long as that doesn't happen, I don't care. But whatever. So yeah, that's a thing. Oh my God, please stop it. Oh my God. Don't tell me to mod people. Like that on, like, I don't silence people, but like, if you, like, I've seen you ask me to mod multiple people. Like, I really hate that. Like, I'm more likely to not do that. To not ever mod somebody when it's constantly being requested. What is a dog's most hated dessert? Pound cakes. Get out. That's a good one. Oh man. Hey, at least the people memeing you like you. Imagine if they hated you. Oh God. Well, I mean, I'm sure that there are plenty of hate memes out there too. No, my haters just assume that I've made up the fact that I'm married. That's a thing. By the way, Savvy, what's the message board on the screen next to you? I thought you could see a monitor? Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you talking about the DM that I'm leaking over, why is my thing mirrored? I don't know. Over there? Or are you talking about the whiteboard behind me? Oh my God. This was a DM that I'm leaking that was sent to me. Apparently I'm a man, so that's a thing. But yes. Yeah, it's just a funny. Why are you ignoring her, dude? I don't know. How are you doing, Phoenix? Please don't. A streamer. Oh, at a streamer maybe to mod people. That's not cool. Yeah, it's not, it's not a necessary thing. It's not a necessary thing. Oh man, you don't have to worry with things like that because you have a German Shepherd, aka your husband protecting you. Yes, I have my husband, 6'9", and then I have 2 big dogs. So that's, very nice. Okay, you know what? I'm sorry, sweetheart, but you're going in timeout. I have told you multiple times, your obsession with modding people is really weird. And I don't appreciate you coming into my stream to tell me how to run my stream. I don't typically mod people because I don't really need mods, but I really also view mods as people who do a service for a streamer, and, usually there's a little bit more of a personalized connection there for me, all right? So I'm timing you out. This is our first timeout on YouTube. Congratulations. Congratulations to Sarah T. Davenport for receiving the first ever timeout on YouTube. I don't even think I've banned anybody in the chat yet. I don't want anybody to feel like they have to be obligated to be here. And by modding people who are not regularly in my chat, I feel like that's just a cry for come fucking watch me. So, I don't give a shit. Thank you, though, for contributing to effort on my part. When somebody generally makes me do an effort, you're on my shit list. So, that's cool. That's very cool. Anyway, just because somebody donates, or just because somebody tips, or just because somebody gifts memberships does not automatically entitle them to potential power in the chat. All right? I am the one with the power. Nobody else. All right? Now I'm bloodthirsty. Now I've tasted blood. Look what you've done. I'm going to start timing people out for various infractions. I'm just kidding. I won't do that. No friendly fire. Oh, man. You've got power. Yes. Yes. So, let's jump into some topics. We don't have to keep staring at Emma. We're going to start the day off talking about Blue Sky. Savvy is a dictator. Yeah, people don't understand that I'm actually very authoritarian. I'm actually not the freedom-loving individual that you might think. There are certain freedoms I will unapologetically freedom over, but at the end of the day, I'm authoritarian AF. The rule of law is good. You don't want to create a monster. Exactly. When am I doing Mario Kart with Tuesday Night Main Event? I don't know. I actually don't have, I don't have a whole lot of appeal or interest in the latest of Mario Karts. Mario Kart died after Double Dash for me. I did play, I played the previous Mario Kart, and then I'm looking at this one. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. It doesn't give me Rosalina off the bat. I have to go win with baby Rosalina. It's like something that like I might casually do, but there's no real passion there to do so. So the first time I whip out a Switch 2 in front of everybody is going to be for Pokemon, most likely. So, Savvy, how do I get a commission from you? You don't. They're closed. Huh. I wish I had my confetti animation. So, you did play Dustborn for us. Yes, and we'll be playing another cringely written game. So, Savvy is an authoritarian eugenist. That's why we love her. Exactly. Savvy is pro-censorship confirmed. I'm only pro-censorship when it comes to people telling me what to do. In which case, I'll censor the fuck out of them. Oh man, what if they add Pokemon on Mario Kart? Then I'm gonna have a mental breakdown, honestly. But our first topic today is not about the Switch, it's not about Pokemon, nor is it about Mario Kart. It's about this. Mark Cuban, I guess, says that the lack of diversity of thought is actually pushing users back to X from Blue Sky. Crazy how that's happened. Who could have predicted this? And of course, we've got, the funnies here. But this is an important thing to note. So over on Blue Sky, I spent a lot of time on Blue Sky, unfortunately, studying these people, finding the various confessions of those trying to taint the gaming industry and turn it into something for them instead of something for everyone. So with all that said, I get to experience what goes on over there. And the moment that you start deviating from thought, you're like a wounded animal that's been dropped into a piranha pool. You're just gonna get cannibalized until you can be no more. So people will leave Blue Sky. Why do you think they keep coming back here? Why do you think those people who just can't stop talking about us keep coming back? It's because they get no attention over there. The 3 likes that they get is not worth it. They can come over here, get maybe 50 for ragging on somebody and feel like they're actually doing something when in reality, they're just a bunch of wastes of space waiting to die, just like the rest of us, only they are more useless. It's crazy. Blue Sky was a safe space. While it's dying, that's for sure. That is for sure. Yet no one to argue with. That's the big key thing. There's nobody to argue with. And these people need to be perpetually angry. If they're just constantly preaching to the choir, then nobody's going to care. And it's just this weird corporately sanitized safe space. It's very strange. Will Mark Cuban ever fully transition into a man? I don't think so. I think he's fine being a tweener. To not use one of Beardo's wrongly used words. Which, by the way, the reason why I was so obsessed with trying to find a definition is because genuinely, I love to learn. And I need evidence of something that's being told to me by somebody who is, I'm not... How do I put this gently? He doesn't have a good track record for being right. So I was like, fuck, dude, it's a word I've never heard. I want to look up the cultural relevance of it, and I couldn't find evidence of anything that he was saying. I found a bunch of other meanings, and the reason why I started cracking up silently is because apparently tweener can also mean the space between the balls and the anus. The gooch area is also called the tweener, apparently. I didn't know that. So, I just started laughing uncontrollably to myself. But that was, nor here nor there. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so, I just wanted to learn. Like, I don't think people understand. I genuinely love hearing new things. And, I like to share new things. It is what it is. Isn't that the taint? I don't know. There's 1,000 different words for it these days. Also, can you guys hear the Genshin music in the background? I just realized it's technically on. So I've got Genshin streaming over to it, and then I just realized through my speaker that the music's going. Slightly, partly, there's music. Okay. It's fine, it's nice. Yeah, I'm just sitting in Mondstadt, so... Oh no, that's fine though. I'm just on the pause screen, but we'll leave it. If you guys can hear it, cool. If you can't, also fine. Oh man, some people love arguments, so on Blue Sky, they like to find anyone who fails one of their purity tests. Oh yes. And then if you do, they'll also report you. I actually did have an account, and then I was posting to anal violence, own words, and then I was reported excessively, and within an hour, the account was gone. So rip Sasha Gray, or whatever the fuck I named her. She just wanted to spread truth and love, and she was wholly rejected. Did you know that taint length correlates with hormones? Large taint, lots of testosterone. Is that true? Does taint length mean more testosterone? Because that would imply that the taint can change lengths. The relationship between taint length, also known as anogenital distance, or AGD, and testosterone levels is complex and not entirely straightforward. Some studies suggest a correlation between AGD and testosterone levels, but the evidence is not definitive. In men, research has shown that those with low testosterone levels tend to have shorter AGD. This suggests that AGD may be an indicator of testicular function, potentially blah, blah. Additionally, in women, longer AGD has been associated with higher testosterone levels, indicating AGD may serve as a potential marker for... Okay, so when we say this, what is the average taint length? All right, so let's figure that out. What is the average taint length? The average taint length, also known as AGD, is approximately 2 inches. Okay, in USA, let's see here. Average taint length, also known in the United States, is approximately 2 inches. Okay, but I want the exact. I got 4 inches. See you later, taintlets. Male fertility is highly correlated with the length between scrotum and anus. Huh. I'm gonna be right back. Chat, we're good. We're good. Okay. He's now actually getting a measuring device, but he's definitely over 2 inches. I myself am about average, I guess. So that's a thing. So we're good. I have once again chosen the purest of genes on this planet. How long was it? Well, now he's getting the actual measurements, so he's very curious. I stopped him from working. Out of context, yes. Yes, high fertility, high testosterone, as if I needed more evidence that my husband is literally the best. So, you know, yes. Doesn't even show it on stream. I think even Kick would ban me for that, alright? Mastagawa, thank you for the 5. Urban Dictionary is the best place to learn. I've missed you, but I must sleep. Oh, I'm sorry. Please go full Judge Dredd. Peace is overrated. No war equals no war crimes. Eugenist Savvy is on the prowl. Imagine if he was on a conference call and you barged in talking about taints. Yeah, well, so I went up there and I said, bend over. I need to measure you. This actually isn't, so within 24 hours now, this is the second thing that I brought up about that space to him. Last night, oh god, here we go. All right, hang on. This is so stupid. Last night I was writing some of my very cultured writing, and I said, you know, I've been writing this one particular act so many times, but I've never stopped and wondered if men actually enjoy it or not. So I asked him if I could try something. And he wasn't having it. I almost got punched in the face because it tickled him so much. I'm not gonna say, like, it's not anything bad. It's not anything, you know, I didn't fucking, you know, there's no exploring of any caves or anything like that, but you know. Oh man. Apparently men maybe aren't used to having that area touched. We must measure the taint. Yes, we must measure. We have to measure your tweener. Oh man, leave that poor man's bean alone. I shan't. So anyway, Savvy the Eternal Degen. Yes. Do not redeem him. Did I wash my hands? No, I did not. No, God, no, I would never do anything sounding related to him. No. Like I said, this is all involving the tweener, the taint, so it's fine. In the name of science, all right? In the name of science, I do like to occasionally be a little adventurous. Granted, I think normal people probably already do those things. I'm very, like, sexually awkward, in case it wasn't, like, something that people could gather. I might like pervy things in yaoi and yuri, but in terms of, like, real-world application, I'm the piece, like, I am that person. I am that person who's actually said, okay, I read about this, you know, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, fucking, I might know a lot of things, but in practice, forget about it. It's crazy. Savvy is live, one of my favorite female content creators. How dare you assume my gender? There are no females on the internet. Oh man, this is sounding like a Kier stream now. No, this is just sounding like a normal Savvy stream. This is just what happens. Savvy played the Dustborn, I did. Yes, no kidding, I couldn't tell. Yes, exactly. Oh man, I think he's actually measuring. I hear movement. She is feral. Yes. But yeah. So anyway, we can move on now from that out of thing. Out of whatever thing. So our favorite lesbian there, you know, not happy with the state of blue sky. Meek! So Savvy is actually vanilla AF. Yes, and I've said this multiple times. There are a lot of things that I like in fiction that will never ever come to fruition in real life. Oh man. Okay, body type 2 then. I want to be body type O. I want to be prime. I want to be the first. I don't want to do this 1 or 2 shit. Sounding. No. Well, I mean, yeah, all right. I guess I don't mind it in fiction. To be honest, I'd say that's probably, I should not admit to this. It's probably one of the newer things that, like, I'm kind of like it's kind of like the tickle fetish. You're kind of like, okay, I sort of get it. The tickling one is more understandable because it's soft torture, But the sounding one is just like in my eyes, like you're trying to really fuck around with some nerve endings, and then that's it. Like there's nothing loving about it. Like I don't think if you truly care about somebody, I don't think that you're gonna try to do any of that with them. Stop? No, no, I shan't. But I actually probably shouldn't talk like that too much. You can't tickle me, can you? I don't want to tickle you. Oh man, not sounding. Oh no. Oh man. The next little thing we're gonna talk about is somebody attempted to do a virtue signal, but the virtue signal went away. What happened? Oh no. So to read the words of the individual who I predicted would eventually delete it, apparently I ended up getting some DMs after the fact too. Apparently this person actually has a common history of behavior of being an absolute piece of shit. Oh man, you found out how to pop out kick chat? Me too. Me too. So this is from Aruna. Aruna is a VTuber. It's hard to ignore the current state of how things are here in the US. As someone who is Mexican American and has lots of family here who has sacrificed so much and worked so hard their entire life just so people like me and my siblings could live a better, more privileged and comfortable life, it absolutely breaks my heart to see families being ripped apart and just how serious this is getting. Oh look, finally a fucking period. I don't like talking about anything politics on here, which is a lie, as it's not something I do, which is a lie, but this is more than just that. To my Hispanic community, please stay safe and keep your loved ones close to you. Please make sure that you know your rights and save any and all resources that can help you and anyone around you. It's not fun to live in fear if our families are and will be safe. Wait, what? It's not fun to live in fear if our families are and will be safe and what can happen next. Miraza. I don't know. I'm not going to read the Spanish part. Anyway, so this individual conflates illegal and legal migration, slapping her ancestors in the face unless she's admitting to people committing crimes, in which case, deport them. That's what I voted for. Naturally, though, the person blocked me after what I said. I went on a little diatribe here just about the whole weaponized vagueness of language and the usual blah, blah, blah. She also followed up, these are also deleted. Oh, God, people who lack empathy. Why? So if people lack empathy, why'd you delete this? Why couldn't you stand by your words? Huh? For others who are here, pay taxes and have never had a criminal record. Well, if you're here illegally, congratulations, you're a criminal. And just good, hardworking people trying to make a difference in their kids' lives are quoting. I don't even, like, this person can't write. I could care less about these pathetic takes. I said what I said, cry about it, says the person who deleted it and locked replies. I don't need the clout, which apparently everything this person does is indeed for clout. This person apparently made a Discord group and said, hey, let's all work together to make partnership. And then as soon as this person made partner, they bailed. Doesn't want to help anybody. What else is new? What else is new? I don't need the clout either. I'm simply speaking my mind as someone who is Hispanic and has experienced and lived how shit like this affects lives. Don't like my thoughts? Fuck off. If you can't handle the internet commenting back on your thoughts, you should get off the internet or just not give your thoughts at all because you're weak and fragile. Believe it or not everybody deserves to be heard. You, Aruna, are the perfect example of somebody who doesn't need to be heard. Fuck off and don't interact with me. I don't need evil like that in my life. What about the evil of the illegals who are raping and stealing? Did you ever stop and think that maybe that's evil? Not the people saying, oh my God, you're so out of touch, you racist. I'm also not clumping everyone into categories. Yes, you are. I love seeing the mega coping in the quotes. It's hilarious. You literally are. So, she deleted all of that. What happened to coping and seething? Exactly. Instead of crying about it, they should go back and fix their own country. I actually do agree with you. People should not flee their countries. They should stay, especially the men, and make it better. But no, they don't do that. They don't do that. Why would they put work into anything? I think that that's crazy and wild, but that's just me. So there's one of our wonderful ratios for the day. The individual, as you can see, the page does not exist. Ah, fuck. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. I don't know what that was. Please don't ever bring that up that I did that. I thought my husband would text me his actual measurement, but I guess not. Rip. I may never know, but I know it was long. It was like double 2 inches. Clip it. No, don't clip that. Don't clip that. Don't do it. The next big thing to talk about that I do want to talk about. The next big thing to talk about that I do want to talk about. I swear to God, I'm so stupid. Double 2 inches. Yeah, we got a double 2. Double 2. That's the right way to say 4. My friend's dad came to America illegally and got his citizenship within 10 years. Some of these fucks can't even speak English, for fuck's sake. I do agree with that. You know, if there are paths, and if somebody has been here for 10, 15, 20 years and you couldn't be fucked to figure out how to do it legally, goodbye. Don't care. Don't care. It's official. 4 is now long. We're so back, boys. 4 has always been long. All right, you know what? No, we're going to have another tantrum. All right, we're going to tantrum. Sigrun Eterna, thank you so much for the 5. I know a guy who thought the riots were in Mexico until he saw a Sargon video explaining they were in LA because of the flags. Let that sink in. The sink has been let in. There's no more sinks to let in. There's nothing more that could surprise me that could sink anything. It's crazy. But no. So I am sick and tired of this bullshit that women are like, oh my God, if it's not 5 inches. Bitch, you have never seen 5 inches and you have never taken 5 inches. All right? 5 inches is a lot. As somebody with a tall husband, with a tall anatomically matching part, okay? You know when you're actually taking more than, like 4 inches is fine. Stop it. Stop shitting on the men who have the average dick, because the average dick is what you've been getting your whole life, and that's the dick that you crave. You think that you're getting 8 inches, but that's because men are able to lie to you because you've never looked at a ruler before, because you're a dumb bitch. Okay? Men, literally men with the 3 to 4.5 inches, they're great. They're fine. Okay? Like, this is literally fine. Most of these girls who bitch, they've literally only ever had that in their life. They have never taken. Eeg. Couldn't read a ruler anyway. That's true. 2 inches wide. We're not going to talk about the girth discussion. Girth is its own thing. Savvy, do not encourage women to start measuring before intercourse, please. No, I think men should measure women. I think men should take a tape measuring thingy, whatever the fabric one is called, bring it around a woman's waist, her bust, and her hips, and if she's not a healthy fucking measurement, she should go and be told to work out until she is healthy. But that's just my take, because you can control that. A man cannot control his pee-pee size. So if you're gonna be upset about a man's dick, then every other person gets to comment about how fat you are. And that's just that. Okay? There's no reason for you to be lumpy. There's no reason that when you look down that you shouldn't see your little vaganga scooping back down underneath you. If you can't see that, you're too fat and you need to go get on a treadmill and get off the internet. I'm a terrible person. It is ethical to lie about dick size. I agree, because it doesn't matter at the end of the day. The woman is too stupid to know the difference. Too stupid. Absolutely too stupid. I mean, fuck, dude. The women I was with, just, never mind. I won't get into it. Some vajayjays are wider than others. God, and I don't even know. I don't even want to get into that fucking discussion. If you see one of those floppy fucking vagangas, like, just run for the fucking hills. You are in for a tragic time. Watch Savvy get front page during this. Yeah, I should probably be careful about what I talk about. I don't know how they're triggering front page stuff. I don't know how we ended up on it last time. I'm super grateful. I'm just really glad it wasn't one of these tangents. Because I don't want to embarrass Kick. I don't want to be a reason why people are like, look, Kick just talks about degeneracy. Like, I don't want to be that. You're blushing? No, I'm thinking about something. I'm thinking about my husband. Front page would be funny. Jesus Christ. Well, just in case, let's talk about actual things. Anyway, done with that tangent. Kings, your PP is fine. It's the women who are delusional. Oh, man. So the next thing that we'll talk about, I do want to briefly bring up, Jefferson C. Post. You got beef with Kick? Don't have beef with Kick. Jefferson C. Post, thank you for the 2. I thought Savvy was going to tell us to depth find. Depth find. Is this a measurement for Vaganga? She's thinking about her husbando being a bottom and... No. So, okay. I need to clarify something. Just because I like yaoi does not mean I want to see my husband with another man. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see real men do anything with each other. I mean, it's fine that they do. I just personally like that. I like my fictional yaoi. My husband is mine. Much like how I'm very territorial with him, if towards, women, as one should be. I would be territorial with him against men as well if a man showed interest. I would probably still punch the man if he tried to flirt with my husband the same way I would punch a woman if she tried to flirt with my husband or touch him. So, that is the thing. Y'all don't realize Savvy's husband made her a bottom trad wife. Yeah, it's like, I'm very strange. I'm like, I don't even know. People don't understand it's fantasy. I'm like that with Yuri. Yeah, exactly. Like, just because I like watching two dudes be absolutely rough with each other, beat each other up, and then have vicious sex afterwards doesn't mean I want to see that in real life. It's just fiction. I like it when dudes, dudes in fiction do stuff, and it's fun. And it's fun in fandom to speculate and read into subtext and all that shit. But, yeah, it's being normal is overrated. She smelled his genetics and folded. It's true. Very trad, yaoi lovin' trad wife. I mean, I'm still learning how to do housewife things, but it's good. Oh man. But yeah, I don't want to do, that 3D pig, 2D pure meme, that's very much so me. Like, I don't want to ever see friends. I don't ship friends. That's weird to me. That's really weird behavior. I actually had people do that to me early, like pre-internet life and stuff like that. It was all very weird. That stuff makes me really uncomfortable. And then, of course, the final seal on that case, never meet the people that you fap to. Just don't do it. I don't care what anybody else says. Anybody with a sense of shame would instantly regret shaking the individual's hand. I've told this story a number of times. I've never specified who, but I met an individual who I didn't know was actually the face and capture of the game character. And then I met his wife, who was very nice, very lovely, very wonderful. And then you're just left there for hours having to talk to these people and remain perfectly normal. And you don't want to admit what you did alone in your bedroom. It's fucking terrible. Okay? Like, I would never want to meet any of the fucking Genshin creators because I even feel a sense of shame for drawing their creations in a not safe for work manner. I would feel miserable. I'd be like, you don't want to interact with me. I know that you don't because, you have this perceived image of the game and, it caters to a wider audience and you probably don't want to interact with anybody who's not safe for work. I'm very much so mindful of that. Like, I don't want to impose my shit upon anybody. I want to sit in my corner and I want to have fun and then that's it. I'm a very simple woman. But it's the shameless people who get the jobs, unfortunately. It's the shameless people who want to bastardize things that take all the jobs from us who care. God damn. It's terrible having a sense of shame sometimes. It really is. Speaking of sense of shame, though, Data Republican Great transition. Very cool. Data Republican is fantastic. If you aren't already following this account, you need to. So I autistically find things within our sphere manually. Data Republican is an actually smart individual, and she basically uses technology in a way that I wish I could. I am not smart enough to do even a fraction of what she is capable of. And so she makes these super, super interactive, easy to read, easy to navigate resources. So that way you can very clearly see money coming in and out from government corruption. Now, obviously, Data Republican focuses on government and political things, whereas I focus on, the social side of what's happening in the game industry. But there is some crossover and stuff, so I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It is a lot to read sometimes, but it is absolutely worth it if you want to keep up to date with all of this. So I went and actually went to Craigslist to find some of these No Kings listings. So No Kings is the latest to pop up in terms of funding these riots. No Kings is also going around the celebrity list and paying celebrities and TikTokers to also promote what they are putting on the 14th. So they are planning a nationwide riot, essentially. And I'm not going to use the word protest because it's not a protest. This group is directly linked to what is happening in LA right now, and they are trying to cause as many problems on purpose as possible. This is very bad. So, Data Republican has launched an interactive open source map showing how your tax dollars are flowing to organizations, still like groups like the No Kings rallies. So she tracked funding from the federal sources to find recipients, prioritize direct paths, not via DAFs, whatever possible. Important, most paths still went to the donor-advised funds, which is the DAF, the black box of the nonprofit world. Unfortunately, a common and opaque funding structure that deserves scrutiny. So here are just some quick little images here, and then we are going to actually just go to the website real quick, and it doesn't show up as nicely as I would like. Uh-oh, what happened? This page lists everything. Okay, there it goes. Now it's loaded. Okay, actually, it doesn't cut off anything. So this is just kind of like what you need. So I just wanted to do a brief thing, a little brief look at this. Now, some of these locations, some of these things are like part of a larger parent, which does have crossover into entertainment. Basically, entertainment and politics is linked very, very closely because of the want to control culture. And so obviously politics just, is able to codify or create the rules that they use and that they promote through entertainment. So this is why this is important and why I think that keeping up with No Kings is going to be a worthwhile endeavor. So we have ACLU Foundation of Texas, Utah, Albuquerque Teacher Federation. This is not what you would hope that it is, unfortunately. It has very little to do with actual teachers and everything to do with just pushing a message. American Civil Liberties Union, American Civil Liberties Union again. Foundation, Civil Liberties Union, Inc., Civil Liberties Union of Ohio, Red Cross and ITs, Bend the Arc, a Jewish partnership, Bend the Arc, Jewish Action. So see, this is what I mean by having like multiple branches of kind of like the same thing. Black Voters Matter Fund, BVM, Jesus Christ, Capacity Building Institute, Color of Change, Common Defense Civic Engagement Inc., Common Defense Education Fund, Fix Democracy First, Ground Game LA, blah, blah, blah. And it just goes on and on for a bit. So these are things to look at. These are things to follow. And then from here, you can go learn about them, which I highly, highly recommend. What I do is not special. It's just because I have a lot of time, but anybody can grab, copy and paste this name into Google, for example, and just say, about us. And so you can go find things, so we're just going to click on these. So the ACLU, you can click on these things and go to them. You can go read about them. You can find the About Us. You can grab all of this stuff and just go do whatever to find your own research. And then if you compile it well enough, and this can literally take 5 to 10 minutes. If you go and find an interesting blurb, compile that, put that in a tweet, and then say, hey, look, I found this in relation to this. And then if that gets picked up, congratulations, you know? So I highly recommend for anybody who's got an extra 5-10 minutes or while you're on the toilet, go pick something. Go share it. The more people who are sharing information, the better for the nation, the better for the world even. That's why I don't consider what I do to be super like groundbreaking or important in the grand scheme of things, because anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. And I think that that's, you know, that's a big, beautiful, wonderful thing. So keep an eye on this. The 14th is gonna, I think that that's really gonna be the final fuck around and find out moment. I don't want anything to happen, but because of the way that No Kings is doing this, like they are spamming Craigslist. Every single city that they are going to have a riot in, they are spamming their job board, and that's not good. The way that the listing goes is, oh, if you want the job, you've got it, cash only. And so that's not just trying to get you to sell merch at their place. That's their way of attracting more people by saying, you've already got the job. They want you to come. And then they say, hey, we already have somebody running the stand, but stick around. Stick around and we might need you. Stick around in this, stick around in that. So Chase, you know, they're basically manipulating people who need money. And it's a very effective tactic, what they're doing, unfortunately. So it is what it is, and we'll just have to watch. Joel Riz, thank you for the squiggly 5. First time here, and I'm absolutely appalled by what I'm hearing. The level of degeneracy off the charts. Yes, I'm obviously subscribed now. Oh, bless you. Well, welcome in. Thank you so much. There's only going to be more degeneracy to come, along with wholesome moments. Like, I mean, I give everybody whiplash. All right, we'll be talking about the sweetest, wonderful thing, and then the next thing we'll be talking about big, beautiful cock. All right, it is what it is. But that's less. Why are they using Craigslist? Because Craigslist is still effective, and it's not necessarily something that's monitored the same way. It's just another means of communication, and it targets a particular demographic who looks at those types of gig jobs, who are most likely of a certain political affiliation, unfortunately. It's all very, very targeted. And as much as some people might say, well, that's really stupid, it's actually disgustingly smart, manipulative, and really bad. It's all over social media too. They're trying to make it seem like all of these celebrities are endorsing them, and really they're not going to be there. The celebrities aren't going to be out on the streets. They don't give a shit. They know what's going to happen, and they don't want to be part of that. But they're willing to send in their minions. And I think that that's disgusting. So, you know, stay home if you can, if you live in a major city. I think even, is it the 14th? When is Father's Day? When is Father's Day? Okay, so that'll be on Sunday. I still expect things to be bad. So the 14th is the Saturday. I didn't even know which day was which, to be honest. They are doing a Fatherless Day riot. They are, yeah. So Saturday and Sunday are going to be interesting, but I do genuinely believe that this is going to be a really big fuck around and find out, because they're also planning the protests in places that are less than friendly to these types of people. So I'm definitely concerned. If you can and you live in a big blue city, stay inside. You know, don't order DoorDash. Give those poor people a break. Just before I go lurking for a while and play some games, may I suggest Snowbreak Containment Zone? It's a third-person shooter gotcha. Somewhat degenerate, but not safe for not safe for work. I've heard of it. I do need to check it out. It looks good. I've never celebrated Father's Day. You need a dad for that. Moving on. I have a day as a father I didn't even know. Every father should be greatly celebrated, just like every mother should be greatly celebrated. Unless, of course, they're a piece of shit, in which case I understand why not. You got her. I got. Happy birthday. It's not my birthday. Oh, wait. Happy baby? I don't know. But yes. That was dark. It was something. But yeah, so that's good stuff. Other things in the news, we've got some possible debunking or confusion here. So Bounding, I think it was Bounding into Comics who wrote this, but the comment ultimately comes from a Square Enix producer. So according to a veteran Square Enix producer, Yosuke Saito, a desire to avoid any number of potential cultural controversies has led the Nier series creative team, including Yoko Taro, to adopt a set of character design guidelines that take into account the various sensibilities of international audiences. But Yoko Taro says, I've never heard of such a thing. So who knows? But I think that it's interesting. And this kind of public discrediting of such a statement is a good thing. This is somebody speaking up and speaking back against the concept of international censorship. And I think that that's important. So the reason why is we don't have enough people speaking up about the forced censorship because people just want to do their jobs. They don't want to risk losing their life's work just because, you know, just because they're being told that they can't do something. At some point, though, people do break. And I think it's really tragic. So I don't think anything will come of this, obviously, other than the fact that it's just another talking point for us to hopefully keep trying to show. The more that developers see this, the more that indie developers, for example, see statements like this, and this kind of pushback against censorship, and the more that they see gamers not support any form of censorship, the more likely it is that they will be encouraged to do and say what they want. And I think that that's really important for the industry. Creativity should not be censored by anybody. I've said this 1,000 times. I've been saying this for the past year. Censorship is evil, no matter who or what is trying to do it. The idea of marketing and who your target audience is completely different and irrelevant from what I'm talking to in terms of just supporting creative freedom for all. And I think that that's really important. How are you, Savvy, plus the fur babies? I'm doing all right, and the fur babies are great. You're a gift to the lazy. Thank you. I, too, am lazy. Oh man, Yoko Taro, the dev who signed a cosplayer's leg and asked for art of 2B. I trust him more than a producer. 100%. But it does make you wonder, like, why did the producer say this? Why did they include Yoko Taro in this? Why was such a thing said? Why emphasize that? Why drop a name? Why not just make a generalized statement? So, you know, it opened it up for him to be able to respond directly. Because if the individual had left out Yoko Taro, then it could be reasoned like, oh, maybe you just weren't there for the conversation. And then unfortunately, we'd have to have that talk. But we don't have to now because the producer specifically named him. And now he's saying, well, no, such a thing did not happen. But who knows? Who knows? Sonic Spaz, thank you so much for continuing your membership. Enjoy the piss feather. I am pretty sure Yoko Taro would just retire before making this type of statement. Like agreeing to such things. Yeah, I think so too. Today's my birthday. It's for Muffy Graves. Everyone say happy birthday, Muffy Graves. I'll be celebrating Saturday, but I live in Canada. Well, Canada's probably going to have some ancillary stuff go on. Who knows? It was not my birthday. It was somebody else's. Just didn't read everything, but you can't blame me. Happy birthday, D. There we go. I honestly get mad when people praise E from Stellar Blade so much. 2B and A2 completely wiped the floor with her. Yeah, in terms of pushing design and things like that and, like, you know, beautiful art, there's definitely a conversation to be had there. But the reason why Stellar Blade gets as much praise as it does is because it came out during a specific time when censorship was basically at its peak. And now, you know, Stellar Blade allows us to say, look, this is a great game. Just let people create what they want to create and leave them alone. On top of that, it also created this conversation where, you know, the left was very clearly being insanely hypocritical. The game journalists were being insanely hypocritical. And all it did was actually just help us with our conversation. I avoid getting mad, though. Absolutely, getting mad sucks. It's very silly. It's a silly thing. As we keep going down the censorship hole, bravely default to be censored. Now, this censorship was, of course, the original thing that was set up in the 3DS era. So the global, the English release, or the American purchased version, the original one and the remake will stay with the censorship, but the Japanese version, which contains English dialogue, by the way, the English subs, so you can actually buy the Japanese version of the game and receive the game in full without censorship, and it will still have English, so that way you can follow along. You won't just be buying a Japanese game. They are unfortunately still continuing on with the censorship, which makes no sense. I don't understand it. I didn't understand it the first time around. I don't understand it now. I think that the whole thing is stupid. And all we can do is just politely write to publishers, to international sales boards, to whoever will fucking listen that, hey, we don't want censorship. We want, the actual dev's intentions. So, yes, censorship hole sounds lewd. It is. It's terribly lewd. It's terrible. But this is a tragedy for all. It's a tragedy for all. On top of that, on top of censorship and bending the knee to the crazies. 1992 Space Movie, thank you for the 10. I love hitting streamers with jokes about me not having a dad. It's true, but funny as fuck seeing people struggle on if they should laugh or feel empathy. Yeah, I was in between telling a meme and then just saying sorry, and then I was like, you know what? It's probably just, the silence went on too long, so it was best to just move on. Confirmation Savvy was born in a laboratory. Basically, there's no proof, but I won't confirm nor deny such things. So on the 10th, which was 2 days ago, renowned voice actress Megumi long names. Hayashibara is getting some backlash for a recent blog post expressing valid concerns about the problem of foreigners in Japan, the erosion of the unique aspects of Japanese culture, and censorship of anime. So she basically touches on a bunch of different things. However, unfortunately, she bent the knee. She said absolutely nothing wrong. If one is going to speak their mind on these topics, they also have to temper their emotions and prepare for some not so kind responses. Absolutely. If anything, you should double down on what you say. The more people are upset because they will just forget about it in 2 days when the next thing happens. So just to kind of loosely read over this, voice actress Megumi has made changes to her blog uploaded on June 8th and apologized for hurting people who are not involved. See how that fucking works? And then she just goes on to explain it, and she wrote, "It will be as if the Japanese crawfish were quickly eaten by an invasive alien species." But this part was deleted on the 11th. On the 11th, she wrote, "I used it to compare people like the above, but it hurt people who are not involved in the situation," which is not true at all. It didn't hurt anybody because legal immigrants or people who come in who have done nothing wrong know that it's not targeted towards them. So obviously, I had some harsh words to say. And basically, this is the way that I see it. If a group of people are migrating to another country, another land, and they do not respect the rules of that land, the people of that land, or the culture of that land, respecting it doesn't necessarily mean 100% total assimilation. It just means respecting it. If they cannot do that, then they will get no respect themselves. And I think that that's just the way that it needs to be. People need to stop pretending like cohabitation can happen all the time 100%. If a group of people come over to a country and they do not adapt to the country, they need to be treated as the filth they are and sent back. There's a reason why inferior cultures were once conquered. There's a reason why we don't have cannibalism, for instance, or blood ritual in the streets. Inferior cultures that do not respect other cultures do not deserve to cohabitate with cultures that are capable of respecting other cultures. It will just create a system that is akin to a third world nation, which is what we have here in America, and it needs to stop. When you lose trust in your society, the society will collapse. And I don't care if people think that that's harsh. I think innocent people deserve to be saved, and they need to, have a shot at saving their countries or whatever. And, that's completely different from what we're talking about here. These are literally people who have no respect for the people of which they are basically invading. All right? It's an invasion. There's no other way to say it. These people want to take over. They want things to be catered towards them. And I think that that's wrong and evil. And so, I don't know where in history we decided to stop conquering, but conquering needs to come back. If you can't play nice in the world, you basically forfeit your right to play in the world at all. That's how I feel. It's how I've always felt. I don't like noisy people in that regard, and they need to be treated as the animals that they are. So if somebody's going to come over, start looting and raping, you either send them back or you contain them in a prison. Wow, her husband really is German. That had nothing to do with what I said. But, you know, I mean, what happened to the cannibals? What happened to those who practiced scalping? That cultural element is no longer around. Just saying. Jefferson C. Post, thank you for the 5. Translation censorship existed even... Oh, translation censorship existed even in the NES, SNES era. Yes, alcohol to juice was a common change. Companies were concerned with prudish Americans, which is insane because Americans were even back then considered to be quite unruly in the world. They're often depicted as loving beer and guns at the same time, so that makes no sense. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Cannibalism went out of fashion. It really did. Debbie's brain and thinking is her most attractive quality. That's what my husband said. Oh, man. Germany invades Poland on a regular basis in Savvy's house. That it does. That it does. Deep in the trenches. Oh, man. Beer, guns, and debate. I wish it was debate, but that's not what really happens. He often breaches your borders. You can't breach you can't breach a border if the border is very open and willing. But yeah, no, so I mean that's just the way that it goes too. So if a culture does not adapt and if it doesn't thrive alongside other cultures that will respect them, then you know, it gets cannibalized. Look, basically this is the reality of the situation though. Either Japan will be cannibalized or the people invading it will be cannibalized. They can't coexist. We've already seen evidence of that. And we see evidence of that here in America. Those who are unruly, who do not respect the rule of law, who can't even respect the concept of a border, if you let people in like that, and if you allow that to fester, then this is how we end up with burning LA, with Seattle, with those militarized zones or whatever. I don't know what the hell they're called. The ones where the stupid people got together and made a compound. Was it Oregon? I don't know. That's how you end up with that. Yeah, and the Johnny Somalis of the world. Imagine apologizing to the Johnny Somalis of the world. Those people deserve every single law to be thrown at them and to be put away in jail for the rest of eternity because they will inevitably be cheaper there than if they're allowed to function in the real world. Dark Resurrect, thank you for the 10. Countries were much more polite and compliant when their neighbors could march in and take them over but chose not to. Exactly. Sometimes you need a bit of an authoritarian regime to maintain peace. It's fine. It is what it is. We need to remind Japan what happens when they don't bow down to America. No, they need to stop bowing to America. That's how we end up with my goddamn Yuri and Yaoi being censored. Stop bowing to America. Stop bowing to the diversity gods who want to fucking import the most unruly of a nation and send them over to cause all kinds of problems. We need to stop listening to that shit and we need to take matters into our own hands and vote people in who actually give a damn. But unfortunately, we have so many lazy people who keep voting for the same warmongers. Lindsey Graham should not have a fucking position in politics. He shouldn't have had it 20 years ago. He shouldn't have had it 5 years ago. And he sure as shit shouldn't have it tomorrow. I hate these people. They are evil. Nah. Did they touch the boats? The butts? The inner Fujo has emerged. It's the outer. It's the fucking outer. Do not touch the boats. Are we making funny jokes about Nemo? Without term limits, nothing will change. Exactly, and it's very sad. It's very sad. I'm not even going to engage with that because saying that Trump is a warmonger while Lindsey Graham exists is absolutely insane. If you want to see a real warmonger, just look at Lindsey Graham. Look at that man's entire profile. Holy shit. Holy shit. But yeah, so anyway, this is a sad day for Japan, thus the rest of the world. God damn it. Let's see here. Oh my god, did I already fly through all of these topics? Well, that's the thing. I suppose now we can do the ever-important thing of ranking feet in Genshin. I went and screenshotted every set of toes that exists in Genshin in terms of the playable cast. So that's a thing. We could jump into that. I like how that was the transition. I go from, yeah, we need to fucking get rid of these inferior cultures who are coming in and fucking up everything in the local areas of other nations to feet. Feet. I'm gonna talk about some feet now. I love you. Graham was sad when we stopped invading Iran. Exactly! Exactly, it's terrible. Why wear anything? I agree. Are they Egyptian feet? Actually, what's funny is not all of the feet, especially these, are Egyptian. Look at this. These toes are the same length. They don't cascade down politely. And it was actually fascinating to learn. Look, this one's slightly longer. These are different. This is actually not the most dramatic of slopes. There are slight toe differences, and I thought that was crazy. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the toes. There's differences in the toes. Look at the toes. Look at them. Look at the toes. I'm just subjecting you all to my things, but it's so funny. I can't believe, I mean, I can believe it, but like I went through and, you know, captured everyone's toes. This is it. Oh, man. We won't actually talk about toes, though. Holy shit! We dropped so many viewers just then! A bunch of people noped out. That's okay, I understand. Noble Spitfire, thank you for the 5. The fact that you haven't turned to dust based on how fragile you look is impressive, Madam Starvey. Keep up the good fight, trooper. I'm a lot stronger than you think, goddammit. I'm like the mighty wombat. My bones are capable of crushing the skulls of my enemies at the tops of my, in the top of my den. Jesus Davila, thank you for the 5. This is the whiplash you were talking about, Savvy. Yes, yes. Nahida is a 500-year-old officer. Nahida is 500 years old officer. I mean, she fucking is. Fuck off. Oh, man. What's worse, talking about feet or tweeners? I don't know. I mean, we went from measuring taints to measuring feet to measuring culture. We just measure things here. It's fine. Oh, man. Why we gooning to toes? Why wouldn't we? Look how cute they are. They're so perfect. It's actually wild that they're not all the same exact feet. I know! I love it! There's some attention to detail. Oh, man. Oh, no. You poor people. No, we're not actually going to talk about toes, though. We're just going to meme here. Oh, you should be scared. Let's go see what's happening on Twitter right now. Let's see what the latest is. I'm not gonna, don't worry, I'm not gonna blindly scroll it on YouTube because Lord knows my Twitter feed is insane. Kalachioki, thank you so much for the 2. What do we do about the MasterCard Visa with Japan? Keep talking about it. That's all we can do. All we can do is keep pointing out the hypocrisy and then email your representative, say you demand an investigation into Visa and MasterCard and here's the evidence on why. They are controlling international businesses for no fucking reason. And on top of that, they're hurting businesses at home. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, and then Mind's Eye is a thing. Mind's Eye. I guess people are asking for refunds. There was no marketing done for it. It's a terrible game. So I don't know what to expect with that. I don't know. I gotta do some stuff. I'm waiting on the Savvy Genshin mod stream. There will be no modded Genshin stream. I will not mod Genshin on stream. If I mod it, that will be for private time, done through a virtual machine with a VPN, a separate account. Because the only mods I'm interested in are the net safe for work ones. That's all I got. Oh, man. Blue Sky Social. Asmongold made a video about Blue Sky dying. We are aware and removing posts by his fanboys. So I made a video about how Blue Sky is dying, and then Asmongold reacted to it. Now the entire Blue Sky subreddit is in damage control mode. That's amazing. Savvy, isn't Dan or Kata? No, I don't think so. I don't try to out people though, you know? Like that's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, this is my favorite. This is something great that the Dems thought would be useful for them. Oh wait, let me see what the community notes are. Easy to understand. Actually, definitely does need the community note because they're making implications here that are absolutely wild. So, Senator Klobuchar here decided to post the ever intelligent something that today we hear from Felicia, a mom of 4 who works up to 3 jobs at a time to make ends meet. She only works 1 job. She worked 3 jobs 21 years ago. She counts on Snap to help put food on the table. Now, I'm not going to play the sound of this, but if you are over 300 pounds, you are not struggling for food. And I would argue that this is actually a prime candidate to take SNAP benefits from, because clearly there's more than enough calories to go around. And now people will say, but Shavy, the junk food is cheap. Shut the fuck up. It costs $6 to buy a bag of Lay's potato chips. I can go buy a bag of a bunch of potato for $4 and fry them myself. Not only will they be healthier, but it will have costed me $4 for 6 times as many chips. Fats like this forfeit the right to complain because they're fat. When you're talking about food and you're fat, you forfeit your right to have an opinion. Now, if she looked like me, things would be totally different. And the reason why is you could probably argue, oh, this person's not eating 3 meals a day. Because you look at me, I don't look healthy. If you look like this, you're probably not eating 3 meals a day, or you burning too much calories and you don't balance things, all right? This is not healthy. But if you look like this, then yeah, you know what? That's understandable. You might be starving. This individual is not starving. Their forearm is thicker than my thigh. Disgusting. I'm not anorexic. That would imply that I actually do work to throw up the meals. Anorexia requires effort. I'm too lazy. The woman is eating 1 meal a day, savvy? Well, then she's eating an entire fucking... If she's only eating 1 meal a day, that's one hell of a fucking meal. Her pronouns, fee, fi, fo, fum, Jesus Christ. That's bulimia? Oh. Well, then which one's anorexia? I get these all confused. What's anorexia? Is that just the one where you stop yourself from eating? Is anorexia the one where you just don't eat? Is eating oh yeah, that is the calorie restriction. And a distorted oh, see, I don't have the distorted body image. I like to eat food. Well, maybe I do have a distorted body image in terms of American standards, because I think that the average American woman is built like Blastoise, and she's on her way to being more than Blastoise, actually. At 5'4", 170 pounds. That's insane to me. 5'4", basically my size, but 170 pounds. I am 108 pounds for reference, by the way. So literally, they would have to have 62 more pounds on them, and I could not imagine that. Hui! If you're 300 pounds, taxes ought to not pay for your bag of fudge rounds. Yeah, exactly. Like, fuck it. She eats 3 savvies in 1 meal, apparently. This big superior. Yeah, maybe I do have a distorted body image then, but I actually don't consider myself superior. I know that my body weight is not necessarily healthy. Savvy taunting us with her 5,000 calorie basic metabolic metabolic rate. Yeah, little do you guys know, I'm actually just burning an insane amount of calories. That's regular size. So a regular size in America is considered 170 pounds at 5'4". Basically, here, let me see if I can actually, let me see if there's a tool I use for art that measures different heights just to visualize them, just that way, like, you kind of draw things properly. It's really cool. body type visualizer, height, weight. I think it is. I just want to show people. Is this? This one doesn't let me have 2. Create your own 3D avatar instantly. Okay, this will work. This will work. It's not exactly what I want, but it'll work. Let me bring this browser back over. All right, so my height. Ah, fuck. What am I in inches? 5'4" in inches. 64. All right, so we'll go with the 64. Here we go, because I'm average. So this is me. I'm down here. My chest. Here we go. I'm gonna give you guys my actual measurements. I think it's more plank-like. That. That's about right. And I have very long legs. Okay, so that's me. This is me, basically, right? I wish I could make the ass flatter. I cannot. All right, so this is me. In terms of the American standard. Holy shit, it completely... Oh, because this would naturally go out. It's what they want you... That's the American standard right there. Actually, we can get the exact average American waist measurement. Or no, well, I guess that still works. Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't even do it at the average. What? The average waist. Ooh. Ooh, brother. Ooh. Let's look at the hip now. For adult women, the average... This is global. USA. What is the average? See, it's just giving me weight. Well, this is close enough. Either way, that's fucking fat, right? Holy shit. This is actually a terrible thing because it relies on me doing so much. Anyway, you get the point, right? This is a big tummy. It's a big tummy. Ask Grok? I could. Fat ass? Yeah, it is fat ass. She's an A cup? I'm now an A cup, yes. I look like a damn linebacker. It's really easy to beat these people's averages, but like, holy fuck, dude. Holy fuck. That's bad when you have ankle fat? Yes, terrible. Yeah, where did they come up with this stuff? I don't know. It's all very strange. I'm very much so against this glorification of fat that has happened, but it just is what it is. People need to move more. Myself included. I do need to be better about moving more. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the pinnacle of health, but hey, man, at least I'm not fat. That's all this fucking crazy. Crazy. Is there a sub A cup? Yeah, it's just called Plank. David Nelson, thank you so much for the $4.99. How does this account for Beardo's legs? Well, Beardo's legs are an anomaly. Savvy, we met at MegaCon. I am a big dude. Go out and walk more. God damn it. I don't want to go outside. No, I have a walk pad. I walk fine. It's just I need to do more than that. I do not have cankles, so there's that. Hell yeah, then you're already winning. My dog prevents me from sitting even at home. Yes, and that's the best part. You need to get jacked. I need to go back to my college body. I miss that so much. I had beautiful muscles on my back. I had beautiful muscles on my thighs. I was a stunning little creature. Loved those. I want that again. I liked having a sexy back. Now, I'm not talking about my ass. I'm talking about my back. My back. Specifically my back, not my ass. I had an okay ass. My ass was okay. It was still small, though. Bird bones are hollow. Yes, that's why they infused me with other genetic data. So that way I wouldn't have hollow bones. Yes. Walking does wonders. Yes, it does. It can make you so happy, too. Need the Sydney Sweeney diet? I'm not sure, because that would be incredibly restrictive. I need the opposite of a Sydney Sweeney diet. I need to keep just packing on calories. Madam Savvy with muscles? Dude, I miss it. Oh, I used to have beautiful abs, too. It was like the right amount of definition it was. If we go rock wall climbing, I do miss doing things like that. I do. I said every time I zoom into Savvy channels, it's all body parts. I don't know. We talk about that here. Buy a wireless headphone with a big plus for me. I literally walk around watching streams. See, and that's nice. So what I've got is a walk pad and a desk that moves. It's a standing desk. So that way I can still do all of the things that I would normally do just while I'm walking. In fact, I might actually start streaming and walking at the same time because I do need to do more of it. But I'm muscular, but I'm short with a beer belly. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I started doing 36-hour fasts. Fasting is an interesting thing to talk about, and it's probably not something that I want to get too deep into. I personally understand the science to it in terms of our history and relationship with survival. In terms of modern day, given the fact that the human body hasn't actually advanced all that much, I'm not sure if it's necessarily like something that people should engage in without fully understanding the science behind it. Because a lot of people who do fasts, I'm not saying that this is you, but people who do fasts tend to screw up their body because they don't understand what the fasting is actually for. And so by not pairing it with the right kind of food and the right kind of activity, you can actually be doing more harm than good. I'm not a doctor, so you should check in with that. I did say do. Oh, man. Fasting is great for discipline. Yes, I will agree with that. It is. Since I hit 40, it's been downhill. All bad. Please don't say that. I'm existential enough. It's we don't need to get into that. I don't know. What do you guys wanna get into? I don't know if there was. Oh yeah, we were looking for other things to comment on. I definitely was a little spicy today. A little spicy in my cultural commentary, which could probably be seen as something very offensive, but I don't really care. I'm just historically accurate. I see trends and I comment on the trends. Oh, we have to talk about SAG. SAG, there was some big news. I can't believe I didn't copy the tweet over. That's what I wanted. That's what's missing. I might have accidentally even clicked off of it. This is bigly news. So something crazy happened. God, I tweet too much. I'll pull up my tweet first. There's a video that I'm also going to link you guys if you give me a second while I get all this set up. I think it's very important after this stream that you go and you check out this YouTube video because I want to make sure that I'm linking to the right one and no timestamp, so it'll start everybody at the beginning. Save this for after you're done with me and please go watch this. So Mujin put out a video. Somebody had leaked the DMs, which feature a SAG-AFTRA negotiator and voice actors. So somebody basically leaked this Discord, and within this Discord, these people are still making comments and actions. So SAG-AFTRA has finally announced that the video game strike is ending. Many are wondering why it took so long, but there's a little bit more to that. Well, it didn't take long. SAG-AFTRA voice actor extremists, along with a negotiating committee member, are trying to actively take down my video by mass reporting it. They're scared and it shows. And so basically what happened was Mujin put out a video that just kind of talks about what happened up till now, and then the leaks, and then how that kind of fits into things, right? And so the very important thing in there is the negotiator, who I'm going to highlight here in a second, but this person is saying that I've created a step-by-step guide to reporting a violation of your privacy on YouTube. This is not a violation of privacy because the Discord is technically technically kind of a gray area. If people chose to use their names, this is one of those gray TOSs that can be kind of abused. This is kind of like what they're doing when they're trying to cancel YouTubers that they don't like. So they're basically just talking about these kinds of things. Well, the things I chose to focus on was the fact that not only that they were still talking in this leaked Discord about how to do the fake reports. Be careful about Ozempic. Oh yeah, don't go on Ozempic. Don't do that, by the way. It's bad. It's Mujan. I like that guy. Yes, he's very big. He's very big. Everybody here probably knows of him. If you don't, well, now you do. But I'd find it hard to believe that you're watching me without knowing who he is, because it looks like he does some really good work. I didn't know prior. I mean, I probably watched 1 or 2 videos just because of how big he is, but like I'm really bad with names in this space. There's so many people. But anyway, so the things that I chose to focus on these come from the video, by the way. So this is a negotiating member of SAG. It would be considered scabbing. And somebody's asking about working with non-union signed games, basically. And so basically they're obsessed with Hoyo. They want the Chinese company to bend the knee to America. It would be considered scabbing, and they would never be allowed back into the union if you continue doing work or whatever. The union cannot prevent a company from hiring them in the future, but union developers have been asking for lists of people not to hire. Of course, that's illegal and unrealistic, but it's a small community. The use of but. The best advice I ever got from an English teacher back in high school was anything that comes before the word but doesn't matter. So this person acknowledges that it's illegal and unrealistic. This but essentially cancels it out and says it's a small community, implying that it's a small community of people who are doing this. We're all responsible for our actions, and flaunting a strike is more serious that I think some performers understand. So, why is this important? For so long, people like me have said that we have been blacklisted because we didn't bend the knee to SAG. Before I even tried, basically, because I didn't want to play their game, I was technically blacklisted. That's why I never got to pursue going into voice acting, because basically the proper way of doing it was going through the union. I couldn't afford that shit. So then I just tried to make some friends and maybe hope that, oh, maybe I can get work because there are non-union projects. Well, no, what these people do is they create lists of people who don't play games, don't play their games, and then say, hey, if you hire this person, well, we're not going to let our union workers work with you, that kind of thing. Here, they're specifically saying that anybody who potentially scabbed, even though there was no scabbing going on, are claiming that the union developers will not work with them, thus blacklisting them, thus preventing them from getting work that they could otherwise potentially have. So this is very, very bad. Surugaya just confirmed they were hit by Visa and MasterCard. We will have to go take a look. I will go look them up. But yeah, so this guy, this negotiator for SAG is admitting what we've all been saying happens, that they create blacklists. Thank you, Zeke. Thank you, Zeke, for confirming that we have all been blacklisted. Thank you. Zeke also says it can be considered scabbing if a union is actively working to flip a game like Genshin, which legally can't happen because of where they're from. An actor working non-union would also be in violation. They're not. Genshin is not a union game. So this guy, when you pair it with this, if you try to go work for Genshin, no matter where you are in the world, he's saying that the union, anyone now who associates with SAG, anybody who enjoys SAG, will blacklist you. That's what he's saying. Also, if the non-union game turns out to be one that was previously union and the producer pulled a fast one, it can still be considered scabbing under the current strike order. The only thing the union can do is note it and tag you as someone who is never allowed to join in the future. NU games would be non-union. That's what that means. He's just shorthanding it. I struggle with shorthand. So that is one though that was you could tell. So union, non-union, that kind of thing. So this right here, this negotiator, who hopes, by the way, and his video states this, who hopes that people vote no on the resolution. He's basically just saying everything that we already knew. And of course they want this scrubbed. So Mujin's video now has the Streisand effect. And so if we go over to Mujin's Twitter here, he actually says, the Streisand effect is an unintended consequence of attempting to hide, remove, or censor information. And the video has become number 11 on trending. It was also, I think, number 7. I don't know if he gave the update here. Yeah, number 7 here in Canada. But number 11 overall. It's got, you know, hundreds of thousands of people are watching this video. Now, obviously, it helps that he has a good amount of subscribers, but I'm not too sure what his average viewer count is. We could go look. It's irrelevant. The big thing here is that over 200,000 people have seen it as of the time of this tweet. I'm sure it's more than that. Actually, let's go. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go take a little look. See. Let's go see. Holy shit! YouTube. Oh wait, I have the link right here because I'm a genius. Copy clean link. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Let's see here. He's at 500,000 subs now. Congratulations. And this is now at 491,000. It's now number 25 trending a day later, but that's still impressive. It's on its way to 500,000 views. So I guess while we're here, we'll go check out his pin tweet.
We're no strangers.
His pin tweet from a year ago has 1 million. So this is already looking like a good one. Okay, so 5 days ago, 1.1 million, 1.2, 2, 2, 1, 500, 193, 500, 300, 600. Okay, so he's getting it to the upper end. Very cool. I'd like to see the video hopefully pass maybe 2 million. I'm not too sure if that's unrealistic, but that would be really cool and just a big sign of the times, you know? So I hope that he sees a lot of success with this video. He put in a lot of work. It's a 15-minute video, but it is super important to watch. If you want the TLDR for the best, most important parts of the video, I'd say start about here at the 22-minute mark if you don't have time for all of it. And then down here as well, and the voice actors lose patience. So this little segment here, if you don't want to watch the whole thing, this part right here is the most important in my opinion. I think it was, but highly recommend watching the whole thing. It's very good, very good. Listen to it in the background. He explains everything. You don't have to look at the screen. The pictures are nice, but he does a very good job with all of this and explaining everything. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. Yeah. So that's that. Yay! We did a thing. We talked about all the things now. I'm trying to think if there's anything else worth super mentioning right now off the top of my head. Oh, Paul Tassi, pulling Paul Tassi's. We could talk about the Schrodinger's influence, but I think that everybody, as soon as you just hear Paul Tassi, you go, oh God, what did he say now? So nobody really cares. Let's see. Ah, there's the Rimworld announcement for Odyssey. Very excited. So excited. I got Yaimeko. Those are balls that I could not. Wow, I'm really glad that I don't do this. Shake from Hunger Team Aqua Force. Jesus Christ, thank you for the 5. I do appreciate it. Schrodinger's influence. Basically, an influencer will have as much power as an influence as is needed for Paul to make a point. That's it. That's it. Foot Savvy, how are you? I'm great. How are you? Oh no. Am I gonna play Stellar Blade? I got fucking way too much in the backlog and too much work. I don't get to play games the way that I'd like to. That's a lie. I play Genshin so much. The real excuse is I'm too busy playing Genshin. Which, by the way, I'm gonna go pee and then we're gonna play maybe a little bit of Genshin, I think. Just, you know, I'm gonna do my dailies and hang out, and then that's really it. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to more gaming streams. Speaking of which, we will play a little bit of Genshin just to end stream and wind down. Not too much. I'm just going to do a little bit of farming. Then we'll still give some commentary on the going-ons and whatnot. So, un momento. I have to make the pee-pee. She won't wash her hands. Let's shame her on her return. I rinsed them. I did rinse them with a bit of water, but mostly because I just felt warm. I wasn't doing it to be clean. I don't give a fuck. I don't pee on my hands. I don't know why you guys have these issues where you pee on your hands constantly. You need to train a doggo to sit in the chair and talk to the stream while you're AFK. Kaya would be the closest to being able to do that. Show us them dry digits. Well, they're a little bit wet. I don't know. Basically, people like Asmund and others have huge sway over people, and so they're dangerous. Meanwhile, Paul, Jason, and other cohorts are just small Davids fighting Goliaths who couldn't possibly hope to have as much influence. They're gonna keep at it away. No, that's actually really not it. That's not it at all. People will seek out streamers who validate their opinions. Asmongold is not the reason why Dragon Age failed. Dragon Age failed because the developers behind Dragon Age put so much garbage into the game that even normies were making fun of it. It was rejected wholly, not because of Asmongold. Asmongold was actually positive with it. It was rejected because it was just a shit game. Well, that's what Paul Tassi was trying to say. Yes. He's trying to say that Asmund both had influence, but is a minority and doesn't actually have influence. He said it all in the same thing too. It's just crazy. He'd be saying to one person, "Oh my God, you guys have so much influence in anti-woke shit, blah blah blah. It does so well." And then on the other side of it was saying, "Oh, it's just a loud minority. They don't actually have any control over anything, and we need to ignore them." So it's like, shut the fuck up. Goddamn, Paul, you're fucking retarded. Maybe the misgendered dragon in the room was the problem. It's possible. It's possible. But it just is what it is. So let's see here. I can now hide opera. Oh wait, I can come down here. There we go. It's the same scene, just with extra pizzazz. Isn't that exciting, guys? I put a little pizzazz on the screen. Do you like the pizzazz? I do. I'm gonna turn down the audio there, and now I'm going to play a little bit of Genshin. I'm gonna farm while we continue to chat. Look, guys, it's Paimon. It is. Hopefully they don't hire her based off of her latest shit, even though the end came. Look at my queen. I just want to show this off. I genuinely just want to show that. That's not what I want to show off. I want to show off my insane luck. Where's history? Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Yai Miko. On page 2, Kazuha. And on page 3, Yoimiya. Fuck everybody else. All right? Fuck them. I got the best luck in the game. I really do. There we go. I'm a little bit more centered now. Vote for Savvy to be the new Paimon. I can't match the pitch that they're looking for Paimon. That's fine. The streamer client stare. How come your game looks so different than mine? I play on my iPad. So I'm streaming my iPad to the PC, which is really dangerous because I sometimes get notifications. All of this happened because Tumblr died. Yes. Is your luck hereditary? No. No, it's not. Maybe. I don't know. What have we got going on here? All right, that's for our overline or ley line things, which I desperately need. Oh, look, I actually have resin today too. She's just using streamer luck. I don't ever stream my polls though. Although my Venti poll was good. You shitting me? This is streamer luck. Dude, I haven't failed. So I haven't failed a 50-50 on a normal banner. I said for the chronicled one, there's no such thing as failure because I didn't have a single one of these characters and I would love any of them. So the first, even though I selected Kazuha, I got Yoimiya first and then Kazuha came. So very happy. And then I said, okay, I'm going to select Yaimeko, but if I get anybody, including Kazuha, I'm very happy. I said best case scenario was actually getting like Ito and then just credit card swiping for Yaimeko. Didn't have to do that. So I'm very, very happy. You should stream your polls. Well, when I streamed the one where I got, or I'm sorry, when I just polled while I was doing Yaimeko, I didn't have anything really saved. I was just gonna do 3 quick polls, and I was like, oh, there's no way after just getting Kazuha that I'm gonna get Yaimeko. And usually I have my husband actually join in on summoning because he thinks it's fun. Like we do goofy things. Like I've had him, I've touched. I let him teabag my iPad for good luck. It didn't work out, but those are the kinds of goofy things that we do. I did do the venti pull on stream. Yes, I did do that. Not seen 100+ pulls for Kazuha. Yeah, and I didn't need, yeah. But yeah. While I'm bitching, I got Kazuha C1 on a 10 pull where he was released. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so we have fun. We do silly, dumb things. I don't know. That's part of the fun for summoning for me, though. Like, just doing silly things like that. You know. It's just a good time. It really is. I'm just trying to get used to using Yaimeko, because you gotta, like, do her 3, and then do the thing, and then 3, and it's just really fun. It's fun. I love her. She's so beautiful. I'm slowly getting okay at the animation canceling, too, I think. But I would teabag you instead for good luck? Unbelievable. Well, I mean... Look, man, we've had some goofy times. I lost the 50-50 on my C3 Nouvellette pulls, and then got both weapons on 20 pulls. I tried pulling on my birthday to see how that... It wasn't bad, I guess. Oh, hello, Dan! How are you doing? Hello. Welcome to the Toe Watch. We're currently watching for toes. That's what I need, a full barefoot team, a full toe team. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my, goodbye. You missed the cultured conversations, Dan. Actually, both of you missed my spicy moments and the toe tea. I don't know. Depends on what characters you have. Yeah, it all depends on your characters. I also, though, don't play teams. I just play what I like. And then if it happens to work out, very cool. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. You know, that's just how it is. I log in once a year to farm gems for the new Archon and then peace back out. Ah, dude, but there's so much goodness to have. There's so much goodness. I don't think I'm gonna try for Mawika. She's cool and all, but like, Yoimiya is really fun. I don't think, after playing her through the story, Mawika is like, she's like, she has an interesting playstyle, but not for me, maybe. Someone clip it and send it to me. Lazy! Lazy! Yay! I've only been playing since January. Oh, also I'm close to getting the next level up, like adventurer rank 56, I think. I said, please, that still doesn't change the fact that you're lazy. Still doesn't change that. Oh, shit. That's not what I wanted to do. Look at me and my windy boys. They're so happy. Oh, I can never use my full rotation whenever I do those. I know that's a problem for everybody. It's not special. I'm not good at the game. Just, you know, I'm just having fun. So. Whee. The burdens of fame and glory. Oh, man. Let's see here. We might as well go do the last one. I think I actually need money. Yes, I need money. Call to personality, thank you for 5. Thoughts on shipping. I get why companies lead into it. They'll never really confirm it, but the pro versus anti fights get so bad, I had to quit MiHoYo Games. Americans are worthless individuals if they're terminally online, come from Tumblr, and then get involved into community discourse. Most of them don't even play the game properly. That do the shit that they do. I think shipping is a totally fine thing. I technically do it, but I don't really, like, I don't call it anything because I think calling it something is really cringy. Like, I just like random ass pairings. And it's really fun when you write things in respect to personalities and character traits, but a lot of these people don't do that. They just like the aesthetic and then turn the characters into whatever they want, which is really fucking weird. Because it's like, why like the character at all if you're just gonna change everything about them? So, It's fine. Just don't engage with Americans, basically. Jeremy's Trump body pillow is my new favorite fucking account. Oh my god. Oh my god. When is Jeremy's birthday? When is Jeremy's birthday? Oh my god. I know what I'm gonna make him now. I can do that. The games community is bad. Most game communities, when you just look at the English-speaking side of it, is very bad and annoying. Pokemon is the worst. Genshin is a pretty close second, but it's just blah. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, we missed it? We missed Jeremy's birthday? Okay. I'll just have to get it for him randomly then. He needs a fucking weeb Trump body pillow. That is what I'm gonna do. And it's gonna be funny. Gonna be big funny. Oh man. But yeah, if you ever just want to have a good time in life, just don't engage with Americans online, and you're more likely to have a good time. That should be okay. Now we'll go do actual thing. This the boycott game. I don't know if they're still boycotting it or not. Oh, you mean SAG? Yes, SAG is still quote unquote boycotting it, but not really. But is, but not. Well, where was I doing that? I was doing it on Ina's. That's something else I like about Retro. The games themselves take care of the gatekeeping. Yes! Yes! That is the nice thing of liking quote-unquote dead things. That's why I like Gen 6 of Pokemon so much. Most people kind of moved on. And so I can just actually enjoy it with other based enjoyers. But I also don't engage with Americans, typically. I have, now, in an absolutely rare anomaly, I made friends with a bunch of women from 4chan who are we're all roughly the same age, and we've passed over a year of friendship without a single drama being had in this Discord of all women. And everybody's just having a good time. Nobody shits on anybody, even like people liking really out there shit. Like it's a good, and I hate to say this, it's a safe place for artists to just be artists, and I love it. And it's so wholesome in a really degenerate way, but it's really nice. Really nice. Oh. But it also helps too that they're all individually based. You know, they're all very sick of what's going on in the world too. Oh fuck. Noemi is dead. That's okay. This team is not made to take these guys on. Oh, I'm not paying attention. I'm looking at chat. Because the series is infected now too. Too many casuals. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, it's a mess. Anytime these fucking losers are allowed into something, they just pull that shit, and it's so annoying. That's why it's important to mock them and get them out beforehand. That's why I actually like the price increase of games. It gatekeeps them, but it won't gatekeep people out of Pokemon. So that's the thing. Why are there supplies here? What quest was this for? Oh, is this for... I don't have anybody who's a healer. I don't... Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do this with this cast. I should go switch out my team. I need to play One Punch Man. Are you sure they're not all four? No, they're not. They're not. We've all been on like camera and voice together, and we've all basically like seen each other. We know what everybody looks and sounds like. Which was also important because we wanted to make sure that there were no children. Sometimes, you know, like when I was 16, 17, I would have fucking lied just to try to be chill. But we didn't want any kids in the fucking Discord, so. No, you're I don't know. Oh, what? Sent what twice? Mel Brooks is directing again? I don't know what that means. But it's so it's, yes, we like our yaoi, but we also do post Yuri art. We have all kinds of organization going on, and like AI too. Like we don't give a fuck. Like we just organize everything so that way people who want to see something they can, and then people who don't want to see something they don't have to. So like all of our not safe for work stuff is all organized and tagged properly. The AI stuff is tagged. The writing is tagged. Like everything's tagged. It's really nice. My humble opinion, the most affected by the price increases are people who buy more brand new AAA than they are games than they should. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't personally care. The market will correct itself. So if a game is worth $80, then it will be treated as such. If a game is not worth it, then it just is what it is. And then the game is complete. Like, they'll never stop selling the game, if that makes sense. Like, obviously games have, like, you can't buy a brand new Pokemon XY, but it still exists. You can still go buy it. You can still download the game. You can still experience in some way, shape, or form. So if a game comes out and it's rejected by the market in terms of its price, you just wait. It's not a big deal. You just wait for the price to come down. And then if it can't, then they'll pull it from the shelves. And then you just buy it secondhand, or you download the files because somebody somewhere most likely bought it. And then, you know, there's access to it. Like, that's fine. Is Abby playing femboy stuff again? No, there's women here. Let's see here. One Punch Man. That's not it's fucking Pimp Prison Daddy and a bunch of women. All right? This is my go-to team when I am just wanting to make fisticuffs. And it's great. Catch the lizard. I want to draw some of the goofy things though that I picture. Like, so when I drew Tidnari eating the pine cone, it's because you can actually eat the pine cone. So I want to draw like fucking Riesly going after fucking lizards. Like, it's funny. X-Wing! Oh, look at me. I feel so cool having everyone here. All my cool friends are here. You guys are the cool ones. You're the ones who like do cool shit. Like, Dan can sing, which, by the way, I listened to the video that you put on Twitter. So I've never seen The Greatest Showman, but I know the entire soundtrack because I love the music. And your range, man. Your fucking range is crazy. Oh, I've never unlocked this one. Oops. And X-Wang does cool shit. I don't know if he talks about the cool shit that he did, but he does really cool shit. And Miki does cool shit. All y'all do cool shit, and then I'm just like an asshole. I'm just like that useless person who's just like, you know, writing, drawing to herself. Nothing good. Nothing good. Standardized pricing is a horrible business model. Games should be priced at what they need to make back the money. Yeah, exactly. The market will decide value, and so, like, you know, it's not like every single game is gonna be $80 fucking. You can go buy an incredible game today for $40. You can buy Rimworld for $25 or $30 fucking, and you will literally never play the same thing twice in Rimworld. Endless replayability. Endless. Thank you. I don't like the movie, but I like the songs. Yeah, the movie didn't really appeal to me, but God, the music is so good. All the songs were incredible. And then, oh, actually, yeah, Dan, you would have appreciated our educational segment. I learned something today that the male taint length is directly related to, in what science is calling a mostly convincing, I guess, argument. It is related to testosterone and fertility. So measure your taint, and if it's longer than 2 inches, then you are fertile and high T. And if your taint is 2 inches or less, you are low T. And probably not very fertile. So very fun fact today. Things I didn't even know. Yes, the tweener space. It is the tweener space. The tweener is also the taint. Fun fact. All right, can you stop? I hate. Oh my God, why don't I break your fucking shield? Speaking of Rimworld, basically. Oh my God, stop hurting me. Oh yeah, I have a shield to run through. Oh man. Am I gonna pull for Skirk? Yes, I am. Mother Skirk. Mother Skirk will be pulled for. Big killer mommy vibes. Love that for myself. Will not pull for Moeka. Will be pulling for Dahlia. And then I'm not too sure if anybody else. I don't know. What are the other 4 stars with Dahlia? The what? What is that? What is what? The tween? The taint? The space between your balls and your anus. Oh, thank God. I thought the long distance between my hole and SAG meant that I had a birth defect. No, it makes you very manly. Now I'm going to change my account name to Beardus 1-inch Taint and super chat it. If you know, you know. And then only us will laugh and it'll be the funniest thing. Will I play Animal Crossing too? If they pull the same bullshit of cutting out so much, just like they did with Horizons, I will only buy the game with the intent of replicating items to sell on a black market. For in-game currency, not for real money. That would be bad and a misuse of terms of service. I would never do anything to misuse the terms of service. I'll check it out and let you guys know. Fuck yeah. Adam Savvy, what did I miss? You'll have to scrub through the thing. Bro, what the fuck is this discussion? We're doing educations and we're talking games. I don't know. I mean, it's just what we do here. This is just what we do. Gonna go measure my taint, BRB, as everybody should. I think that it would be great to collect the data if everybody just measures. So what you have to do though to get the most accurate measurement, you have to make sure that you lift, do not pull, but gently lift the balls. And bring your one of the sewing tape measures would be best instead of a straight line. But you want to bring it right to where your underside meets the balls, and then you measure to the little so your anus is actually muscle, right? That's actually like the muscle. It's where the pink or what's supposed to be pink is. I would assume that if you're just measuring the flesh length, you stop right before the bundle of nerves and the muscle begins. So the viewership drops whenever I play games or talk about feet. It's on that slow normal decline because nobody wants to watch somebody play Genshin. It's fucking Genshin, you know. Nobody wants to watch me play that, but that's fine. This is not a real stream. I must be passed out on the couch. No, this is the kind of stuff that we typically talk about here. This is usually what happens. Impregnable defense. What am I doing? Where's the... Oh, it's right... This? Okay. Oops, wrong one. Do your parents watch your videos? God, no. No. My dad just... He makes fun of me. But I do tell them on occasions what we talk about. Genocide simulator? This is absolutely a genocide simulator to some degree. Because all of the hilly turtles were once human beings. Fun fact. So an endless amount of Conrians have been transformed into monsters. And yeah, we're just slaughtering them. Even though, technically, I guess there's a way to save them, maybe. We don't know for sure. There might. Boo. Boo. Please stop. I don't like you. I'm kind of curious, what's your biggest tearjerker? Nahida, Archon Quest, or Farina? Actually, the biggest tearjerker that sent me into a tizzy was actually Tignari's quest, where he basically explores what it means to be alive. And I don't know, man, that hit me with the robot. That hit me pretty hard. I cried for most of them. I cried for Nahida, for Mawika, for... I cried just about every part of the game that you would expect somebody to cry, I cried. And then for the part that you wouldn't expect people to cry, like just arriving somewhere, I cried for that because it was a very pretty reveal and the music was beautiful, and getting to experience it myself versus just watching it or, you know, seeing it through a reference through somebody's art. Very different. So it created that kind of like emotional thing. I wonder how height plays into measuring. Feel like it, like cheating being 6'6". No, it would still be anatomically proportionate. Save them sounds complicated. Easier to fill holes with them. Yes. I don't know where this one is. I'm still collecting all the goodies and slowly doing that and slowly going through things. I still haven't even completed all of these because once I do, they're gone. You know? They're fucking gone. I've been going in and slowly doing these. Obviously got some of my favorites first. But yeah. The robot one, yeah, that was tough. Farina was the toughest for me. The 500 years of acting stint. And then Focalora's just drops the bomb on Nouvelette. Yeah, dude, I think honestly, Nouvelette's overall story is really, like, I love the constant exploration of what it means to be alive and what it means to be human. Because even through the Archons, they explore, or not just Archons, but also the dragons, they explore what it means to be human. And I think that those kinds of conversations have been handled really, really well because they're revisiting the same theme, but constantly doing it differently. And I love that. I love obsessing with that. Did I transplant the 4080 into the Meta PC? I did. My 4080 was still in great health. Luckily, it worked. I was actually very nervous about that, terrified even. But it still works, and it is absolutely amazing. Everything that they did, fantastic. Absolutely phenomenal. Use code SAVVY. And then I need to work on getting the actual overlay thing animated. But we do have some advert stuff, which is really cool. So I need to have that. So far, the links are just in the bio, though, which is nice. That's very nice. Noelle is top tier 4-star and should be a 5-star. That's a take, I guess. Amber Kaya. Kaya's a lot of fun. I will say he's actually a lot of fun. Savvy Gay, only half. Only half. Husband? Oh, what are you doing? Oh. Let's see here. We have 68 left, so we can keep going to try to get some of these. I'm so hungry for Elemental Mastery. I have Expedition 33 on Steam, but I would double dip if it came to the Switch too. Yes. Oh, you're not in? No, it's just funny. It's just funny. Well, because Noelle's like, you know, the first thing that you're just given. She's tight. Tight. He's still measuring? No, he's not. Oh man, no, Noelle can actually be really good. I've seen some fun videos, but anybody in so the game is so painfully easy that you can basically play the game with anybody that you like, and I think that's fun. Let's see here. Do I want to use this team? Do I want to have this fun, or do I just want to try to go as fast as possible? I guess we'll just go. Aoife has been my #1 4-star. Holy fucking shit. I was not expecting him to be so fun, but he is great. And also, if you want to do big dick damage, this motherfucker right here is insane. And he's got toes. Look at his toes. They're so cute. They're so cute. I'm hoping for 5.8 for Yellen Rewan. Oh, yes, the gambler. Yeah, she's cool. I think that's Elon. That'd be cool. Noelle can be a healer, tank, and DPS if you build her right on my second party. Yeah, she's good. I mean, she's definitely good. But, you know, I got so fucking many. And what's shocking is I have an insane amount of dudes on my account. And I don't know if that's necessarily normal. Like, I think most people have a higher ratio of females. I have a pretty high ratio of males. Ever been interested in Gundam? Yes. Or the mecha genre in general? Yes. It's just been a long time and it's not something that I obsess with. I come back to Savvy Talking Toes. Yee. Oh, I meant to change that. I meant to change it. Beep. There we go. All right. It doesn't matter who I put in the 4th slot because I typically just use these two and I don't need his ult. I need everybody else's. Savvy is subconsciously drifting. Drifting what? Drifting where? You think they're all married? Who's married? What, my team? I too am half gay. Or gay walker, if you will. Alright, we'll use... This is like my favorite mindless thing. I really, really, really wish there were more ways to get resin, but there's not. There's not, sadly. I wish I had better artifacts, but I'll get there eventually. I think my Venti's like okay. I'm hoping in a year though I can get him into the top like 3%. Yeah, bitch! Get dead. Ugh. The fastest I've ever done this is 25 seconds, and I think it was a fluke. Drifting towards anime dudes? What do you mean? I just like art. Gotta smoke a lot to get resin. Wait. Yeah, I've been on that grind. God damn it. God damn it. But I'm very, very happy that things are going the way that they are and the world is slowly healing. Slowly getting tits back to the timeline is indeed healing and correcting. Oh, that's unfortunate. No, that's not. That's the wrong way! I need to go towards this. I like his punchies. Uh-oh. Die. Hi, bitch. Where'd you go? Ah. Nobody likes you. God, she's hot. Your favorite pie is pie. That's great. That's cute. That is cute. We can do one more. One more. Alright, this time shoot it straight, Venti. Why do you always go over there? I took off the artifacts on Boron, so he's not having a great time, but it is what it is. Oh, I pulled it out of the circle. Oh, that's fine. Bitch. Stop it. Stop living. Just stop. Hopefully Genshin will come to the Switch too. I don't know why it hasn't. I thought that they advertised it, and I was expecting when I got into it, I was like, oh, now I'm gonna play this on my Switch because it makes sense. And then it wasn't there, and I'm like, I thought that they advertised this, but I guess not. Level 90 enemies? I'm taking forever to kill level 72. Ah, you'll get there. I have this on for background noise, and it sounds like a Japanese porno in my office. Yeah, I'm not the best background noise if you work around people, but you know, as long as you know that it's not actually Japanese porn, that's all that matters. All right. And I guess that's all I can do. All right, where's my piece of paper? Because I have so many characters, I have a piece of paper to remember who I'm focusing on. Who Yoimiya needed this. Okay, now she's up to 70. Her Japanese laugh just cures disease. Okay, that's right. So she's okay, I can actually cross that off the list now. Now it's just for farming. Yameko, get to 80, so we leveled. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I gotta do her later. I think everybody else. How many do I have left? Ugh, I'm not gonna worry about that. I finally learned how to properly use Pyro Traveler, so he occasionally makes it back in the rotation, but I think I butchered his, yeah, I butchered his artifacts. Oh! My teapot is not looking very good right now. Hello! Hello. Let's see here. Do we have... That's right, I bought a new area because we just got level 10 for the trust rank stuff. Can't remember. Oh, I can get some resin. This is my field of femboys. The field of femboys. They're over here because I'm stupid. Although it's not really all femboys. Cremine accidentally being placed to stare at rocks, which I don't know. It seems like something he'd do. She's watching her favorite boys talk to each other. They're so cute, very cute. The two blondes. And then the bros. If I could, I'd have so much more. I don't understand the like item limits, but I'll get there eventually. You'll pull for Skirk? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. I'm gonna put on some lo-fi while like the stream, bless you. Probably much more relaxing to listen to, yes. Oh, that's sold out, that's why I can't do it. Oh, but I can do this. I don't know if it's smart, I don't care if it's smart, but I need this. I need this. Okay, goodbye. All right. Unfortunately, given how much stronger the Switch 2 is, I can see it actually getting on it in a year or so. God, I hope so. I hope so. I think that would be really cool because it's everywhere else now. You can play it on PC, you can play it on tablet, you can play it on fucking everything. It just needs to be on the Switch. Can I come visit Teapot? I need to visit other people's teapots so that way I can buy something. Because apparently that's something that I haven't done. I don't know how to do it, but I mean, once I set up a teapot, I'll let people come visit. Barbara is a good healer. But so the game definitely is very enjoyable without ever summoning. You're given literally everything that you could ever want. Healer, a shielder, damage, you're given plenty of stuff. So I really like that about this. Oh yeah. All right. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna go cook. I'm gonna go clean, and then I'm gonna come back later and we'll do a YouTube and Kick stream. Possibly it'll depend on the feeds. What I'll do is I'll draw, but we'll also have a bunch of windows monitoring the riots. I do want to test to see how that will work because on the 14th, I would definitely like to do a city watch. So what I want to do is have multiple little windows. So like, you know, I'll make me smaller in this box and we'll make chat smaller. And then we'll have several windows watching the feeds of the riots. And then I'll draw on like a slightly bigger screen and you guys can watch that. Just to give us something fun to do, I think. Pitos Guy's Reddit is in full damage control after Asmon reaction to Hiro Yea's vid. Yes, we saw the headline of that, so that's very funny. Very, very, very funny. Also, I'm working on getting Kazuha to level 10 friends, that way I can get his little particle effect. But I want to recreate these particle effects as little animations for the stream because I used to do stuff like this. I used to make really beautiful streamer interfaces and UIs with custom animation. And I'd like to do that again instead of just having the lazy stuff, you know, go on. So surveillance stream, yeah, basically. I think that it could be a lot of fun. You know, I'll be much cozier. My hair will be pinned up on top of my head as opposed to the way that I would normally wear it because that's just how I am at night. I'd rather be comfy, but yeah, you know, that's the joys. We're gonna do that. We'll do a surveillance stream. We'll draw, assuming that there's even anything to surveil tonight. So we'll see. But definitely want to prepare that for the 14th. Well. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for having fun with me. Thank you for all the tips and the love and all of that good stuff. I will work on getting the Kick stuff properly sorted. I'll send off an email. Everybody there is super, super nice. Oh, cool. I love Big Dick followed the channel on Kick. Thank you so much. I love Big Dick for following. I think everybody should be able to have usernames that show off what they love, and I appreciate that about Kick, about somebody having the username I love Big Dick. That's actually fucking hilarious. Oh man. Anyway, it's almost a 3 hour. Well, it's a 2.5 hour stream. Still not bad, not bad. I think that's good for the containment of news and sound effects are still happening. You can still hear Aoife struggling in the back as his bird molests him. What are you doing? What about the deck? God, you look good. I'm gonna go molest my husband. Love you all and see you possibly later, if not for sure tomorrow.